So last night we have been experienced for a maintenance in 1 hour, like under maintenance as anyways. As welcome back to another comic studio video, and where the last video we have done it that we finished all of those for those things is not gonna be finishing all for about anything it goes. And where today we're gonna be checking out for the Hyperhimes Dump Comic Studio as we possibly gonna be trying to jump in. At least we have done it by reviewing for the latest comics of the Hyperhimes as well. As we're gonna be going up all the way to scroll up, I don't really think my computer runs performance is finally corrupted for a few days ago since April. And I mean since that April Fools for this time as well. And I cannot believe what is not gonna be what happened next. As we've spoken that we arrive at the top side, as we have our newest latest comic from Salt's Comic Studio, from Hello I Guess 24, that recently posted, even for a reason ago, for like anything of those things. So he has two comic studios, like Comic Creator Studios, that since that comic creators have still work to load, and by clicking on this website of the comic creator, and we might never able to be checking out of his channel or his channel anyways as well. So we're gonna be going to jump inside to Hyperhimes Comic Studio, or likely gonna be going for around here, and especially we're not gonna be reviewing for this one. We're gonna be jumping in to where it was, and it's completely able to load. So it completely managed to wait. We have a monster, and we have another one, and this one. The main character is Hype Cookie, and another that the second character could be Fruit Punch Cookie, and then he made one monster was Mao, and Mao was a monster. Was actually going to be completely to do this. Let's review for his one name. This is actually totally a little bit one thing, and he also includes to go a little bit back as well. So that was a little bit pretty good, but the character isn't pretty iconic like yesterday. So even a while ago, I looked up into this comic studio, but it looks pretty good. Looks like it was possibly like anything, looks like same of those things, but I cannot believe that was actually one of a kind of that as well. So this is not actually the sisters comic or the sisters of its character like itself. So we're gonna be checking her up as well, and it was the same as the pose. But I never suppose like these things. But even that you look at this, that you're gonna be going at the back, and even though she was absolutely for wearing for this, for the upside sunglasses, with sunglasses, but what about without sunglasses? And I'm probably, so there is a character without sunglasses. She took it off for the t-shirt, or took it off for this some sort of a little bit of shorts as well. And Mikami absolutely for one shirt as well, without any skirts. As he puts off for his shirt off, he's a little bit naked, but not actually quietly at all. But it's a little bit naked as well. So that's not probably her. It was could be a boy or something. That was pretty not interested at all, or likely anything as well. Not harm as well. So it was probably like on the beach, and the private beach as well. And next one was absolutely a monster. That must be some sort of a mouth open with the teeth on as well. Here's the back, and the mouth's closed, and it looked like Gingerbrave, or Gingerbrave as well. The teeth was so white and extremely hideous, but looks like this character look hideous as well. So that's all the characters. We got items, and this is his phone, and a floaty. Wasn't actually being appeared as well. Oh yes, it is. That must be the effects. We got sunglasses all over it. You can do with everything or like anything you do, you just try to do for a simple text. And we got for backgrounds, but just like backgrounds for just as well. So we're gonna be putting on our for the custom background. Let's just doing this as well. But nothing is absolutely gonna be going to do this. So, but first thing, there is a tip or import image that we absolutely try to do like anything as well. So we got two options to make a flipbook or import an image. We just absolutely experiencing for the updated Welcome to Comic Studio as well. Because the tip says paste or drag an image file to edit it directly, or something like try to do for the edited or directly as well. And even you need to do so, but we're gonna be spawning in a hype cookie. We got anything as possibly we need to do. So especially without summer, we're gonna be spawning one ahead for right there instead of a monster. So that's gonna be going to get ourselves for the custom background, unless he doesn't able to try to drive like anything to do this. But anyways, it was similar to Cookie Run, because as you can see, for this only one thing, it was honed by Hyperhimes as well, because the title says was Hyperhimes Dump Studio. It's pretty owned by Hyperhimes as well. Pretty good, exactly. As we're gonna be going to click it around here, it was similar to Cookie Run franchise. I'm not sure it was similar to Cookie Run content that we got here for this today. And so, without further ado, we're not going to be comparing like these things, unless we're going to be added for some sort of a kid, like anything from Powerpuff Girls. Even before this, that we're going to be using submitted sprites first, that I just still going to be review for about this. So, there is unfortunately no users submitted sprites, just crossovers as well, until we might able to be finding out, and I'll be see you for another time, or be back in a minute, or it will be taking a lot of minutes as well. So, comparing the reference between of those characters by itself, as we're gonna be scrolling up here, as we might able to be taking a closer look. So we might able to using for Chill Pepper Cookie. I think this is absolutely there was a kid from Pokey Oaks Kindergarten as well, as we're gonna be hit it up as well, and I'm probably sure that we're gonna be trying to take a little bit as well. So it's been a half an hour since I just left off for the recording. As we continue, as we're gonna be trying to do something else. We're using a round of apple cookie or something like this. One thing as well, there must be a chili pepper. I guess we probably going to be as well. And I definitely gonna be telling you why. That is, she was being yelled at. So I couldn't believe that this isn't gonna be going for just one kid. Is actually gonna be up here. So there it is. And I think she must be gonna be a little bit closer, but it's recently gonna be going around here. I mean, we have something like an average for males of those versions as well, and we got a hype cookie that we just eventually spawn like here. We could be able to be seeing for the first couple of rows and last row. And one thing, it is, I just added Cadillac CTSV and the Acura or Honda NXX, or probably is absolutely going to be going for around here, This is actually for the Honda NSX, putting around for the Cadillac CTSV. I'm probably sure that I just gotten anything that we have anything around here from these things before we're gonna be end of this video for sure. So we just completely added those two as well, and we're not gonna be talking about later because we're not doing for just about for the next video as well. So I just put around for a American muscle car or pre-muscle car, like this compact vehicle was actually not that thing as well, not that compact vehicle as I probably expected. And we just added for the Japanese sports car or supercar, like anything, like it goes. And it goes on to the second row, which is probably gonna be or the second row or another panel that we got anything as well. This is Hype Cookie, and this is not his boyfriend like anything as Bubbles. So we compared like it's Herb Cookie. Nothing is gonna be the same head. The head was actually pretty big, and the eyes was pretty monstrous, or like these things. Not so cute at all. And because of these eyes are not pretty alive like this thing, they made with sweets or like anything as well. They made of chocolates or other kinds of flavors. And because of the head was small, we look at around with some sort of from my hands, feet, as we try to compare it. This is actually going to be going for a comparison between those feet are not so smooth at all and not supposed to be as well. In the third clip as well, this is Gingerbite, and another one was actually pretty a big head of those things. So even that her body was actually gonna be using for some sort of curly like these things as well, and the legs and the feet as well, they're just not almost pretty the same as unusual. So the next one could be the strawberry jam. I'm sure that we're gonna be putting onto the feet on. And what do you think of this guy as well? This is Kenny, right? Because I sense that I was right about Kenny. That should be referenced like these things, that strawberry jam is a female, and that was kind of male or female like these things. It was similar to Kenny. And we really think Apple Cookie was just actually, besides that he or she was behind Apple Cookie. And then what it is, Indiana Jones means Adventure Cookie was pretty similar to Indiana Jones, was probably really not that looked like the same as this guy is anyways, because he doesn't have any of those jackets as well, because since he got a rope, and that Indiana Jones was have a pouch or some sort of a small bag or a mini bag as well. Not the same hat was as possible to do this instead of a cowboy hat. And that Indiana Jones doesn't have any scars or like anything or some sort of like these things. So this is actually for the handkerchief, and really doesn't have for this for one thing as well. Not the long hair that I never mentioned, it wasn't like the same as pretty much. And we have for one more what it is. An onion cookie was pretty similar to Robin. It was actually looked like probably a little bit small. But Robin was sounds like a name of the superhero, but I really think it is that I didn't know it was actually for some sort of like these her, as well as probably that the Powerpuff Girls' best friend could be Robin as well. So probably not similar to like anything about these, but unlike her, was actually gonna be pretty possibly to do what I just did the same. That we're pretty sure we just put it on right on their cells that we got anything around here for just like on the loading screen as well. So I'm probably not sure that isn't gonna be I'm going for this way, like, anyways. So that is gonna be the end of this video, at least. But it's all, of course, that we just completely saved for our first draft. And then it looks like that could be for signing off the day. And I'm not pretty sure that I'm gonna be ended up for this video. So that is the entire review, and so it was the entire review, or the entire review of Hyperhimes Dump Comic Studio. And because of the background was trash everywhere in the landfill, and that was all pretty, I guess. We kept on searching like anything while I was behind the scene as well. So, and if you don't forget to leave a like on this video, and the comic studio is gonna be linked in the description down below, and the website is gonna be linked in the description as well. Thanks for watching, for all your support, as we already try to find out what is the reference from their Cookie Run characters, from their reference itself as well. So, thanks for watching, for all your support, and this is gonna be Turbo Concept is signing off, and I'm gonna be trying to find someone else to find anything what the reference is, as I'm gonna be talking to mini lads all later as well. And I'm not seeing for the 2 days later, because my birthday will be on 2 days to go.